Google is driving this voice assistant thing. I can't remember, are they calling it Google Assistant? Yeah, I think that's right. And Google Assistant is their new thing. And Google Assistant is going to be everywhere. So it's going to be on your Android devices, and it's going to be in your home, and it's going to be available in messaging apps and stuff like that. I feel like Google needs to sit down with me and every other user, and it needs to say, look, this is what we're doing. We want to be straightforward, and we want to tell you that we are using your information for this, and this thing. We are not going to share it with any other part. I think they need to be super clear on it, because they do need to collect information in order to provide that service.
All it needed was a couple of sentences saying, this is how we're dealing with this, because that is a concern, and all it took is a couple of sentences to be transparent and explain how it's happening.
Because Google's big technology strength is search, but Google's big business strength is advertising. And so I think the answer will probably be that, yes, they are going to use it for advertising. And they are going to be sharing your information at some level with advertisers. And I think that's definitely a possibility. And I agree, they need to be upfront about it. And one thing I think they should just come out and say is, a lot of people are worried about Google listening in on everything that you're doing. And do you want this thing sitting in your home recording your day-to-day life? And I think they just need to come out and quite clearly say, because I don't believe that they are storing the audio of your day-to-day life. I think they need to therefore come out and say, we are not storing this audio. We are checking the audio for any commands, and then we're just getting rid of it after about 15 seconds.
Well, you don't remember when they had the Maps vehicles going around Europe, and they were caught stealing Wi-Fi information for every single house that they went past with the Google cars.
Yeah.
And it was like some hundreds of millions of dollars they had to pay in Europe for breaking that law, because they didn't tell anybody they were doing it, but they had the data available to them, so they collected everything they could. This backs up your point, though, of why they need to be transparent about this, because they have a history of being hugely nefarious about this information that they're collecting.
Yeah, totally.
And they need to decide a trade-off, and users need to decide a trade-off as well of how comfortable they feel giving that information to people, because like there always has to be a benefit to it. Like, if you look at Gmail, a lot of people love Gmail because it's a free email service, it's fast, it's got a lot of great features, and the trade-off is Google reads those emails and they use that data to know about you, and then they use that to sell ads, and that's the trade-off. And you have to be comfortable with the services that you use, they're using for their own benefits, but they're providing these things to you for next to nothing, most often free.